All right, good morning, everyone. So, I'm going to read to you now the third story of Tuner Tales, and it is called Tuner Has a Bad Dream. Part 1. No one is there. Tuner woke up with the click of the front door latch. That sound means I'm alone, thought Tuner. What if there are monsters? A second ago, she had been in a bad dream. Her breath was still quick, and she willed herself to open her eyes. Tuner's dream had been a vision of fire. Large flames danced in her mind's eye on the wall of her little room within the loft. Tuner was convinced these flames were real, and she demanded of her 4-year-old brain some intellectual solution to her fear. They had learned what to do in daycare: get low under the smoke and crawl outside. But her dream body didn't budge at all. Tuner found herself pulling her limp self out of her bed as though her body was a massive doll. She wrestled with all her steel and might to open the back door and drag her corpse-like body through. Then, when the door latch shut behind her, shlick, Tuner woke for real. Tuner saw shadows on the wall cast by the streetlights and neon signs outside her bedroom window. The shadows moved, and she began to see edges of razor teeth, of monsters and dinosaurs. Tuner was scared and frozen to death because she had really heard the door latch. If I run to the front window, open it up, I can look way down St. Lawrence Street and see if Mom is out front, she thought, as fast as her heart beat, like a hum. But if I wait until I am not scared, I will miss her. It might already be too late. Slowly, Tuner slipped out of bed and crawled low to the floor so the shadows wouldn't notice her, all the way to the front window. "Help! Mom, help!" Tuner yelled as loud as she could once she opened the window. A crowd of people stood in line below. "Help!" yelled Tuner again. "I want my mom!" Tuner caught the attention of the young women in the crowd. They asked, "Are you alone?" "Yes," Tuner answered, "and I'm scared of the dinosaurs." After Tuner went back inside, as the ladies insisted, the police officers came and demanded that she open the door for them. Tuner had seen on TV that you should never open the door to strangers, but she also knew you had to listen to the police. The officers brought Tuner to the station downtown, where they gave her a piece of chocolate cake and a soft drink while she waited for Mom to come and get her. When Mom came, she hadn't finished her soft drink yet, but Mom didn't let her finish, as she wanted to return home as soon as possible. Every time they saw the police as the same police officers after then, Tuner wanted to wave hello to them, but Mom wasn't as friendly with them. Part 2. The Fire. Tuner was riding the bus with Mom, kneeling on her knees and looking out the breezy window. "La, la, la," she sang. "My dad's in jail, but I don't care," in her soft, tuneful voice. They were coming home from visiting Dad in the correctional facility. There was traffic up ahead, and a fire truck sounded its wail behind them. Somehow, the truck squeezed past the bus in the middle of the road. Tuner covered her ears for the loudness. She turned around and tried to find a seat next to Mom on the other side of the bus. Mom decided to get out there and walk the rest of the way because the bus wasn't moving anymore. More sirens had blared past them, but then seemed to stop ahead of them close to where their loft was. A large crowd of people swelled up on the sidewalk. Now they could nip into the road next to the parked cars to get through. Tuner had a feeling the fire trucks were at her home. Mom's grip tightened as she skimmed through the crowd like a fillet knife. Tuner had to concentrate to follow Mom's steps and widen her gait. She had to keep up and make sure she could still see Mom's back. Tuner felt Mom release her, and they had made it to the front door. It was open. Several firefighters had formed a line up the stairs. The fire was under control in the back part of the building where there was a tailor shop. No, they weren't allowed to go into the apartment. Mom was arguing with the fire chief because they had nowhere else to go, and they couldn't leave all their things unsecured, and other reasons Tuner didn't hear. Tuner realized they had nowhere else to go. She was in shock. All she could think of to do was to run into the crowd yelling for help. "Help! My apartment burned down. What are we going to do? We have nowhere to go, she cried and chanted as loudly as she could. While most people pushed past if they could, a small gathering formed around her. Suddenly, Mom was there. No, Tuner, no, it's okay. We can stay here one more night. Though the loft was heavily smoke damaged and there was a hole in the ceiling where the firemen had axed their way through the skylight, the front door lock was still secure. Mom had convinced the fire chief to let her stay one night to gather her things and get friends to help her find somewhere to stay. Tuner slipped over to the damaged part of the loft and surveyed the charred floorboards where her room had been. She knew it was her room because she found a pile of melted toys that had been swept to the side. In the middle was Donald Duck's, the squeaker toy, deformed face. Her French doll was unscathed on her bed. That night, Mom made a bed out of dry blankets and clothes and packed up precious photographs and books. Tuner liked the smell of fire, but this fire didn't smell like burnt charcoal. It wasn't like the clean wood smoke made of autumn's leaves. It was sharp and chemical and kept waking her up. Mom kept the windows wide open. Tuner cuddled up to Mom and whispered, "Where are we going to live, Mom?" All right, so that is the end of the third story in the series of 5. All right, and number 4 will be coming along in a couple of days. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.